First up, many congratulations. This is, of course, something that I'm guessing the entire Raj family as well as the entire country was waiting for. It's finally happened. Mithali is at the top of the pile. I have to ask you, did you speak to her before this match? And if yes, what did you say to her?
Thank you very much for the wishes and for your message to our family. And actually, before every match, we speak for a few seconds, few minutes. As usual, today also I spoke to her, and I told her, being a cricketer and a coach myself, I just my suggestion I gave it to her. I said, whatever the situation, if you are winning, you take batting, and then the batting order one down, she has come one down, and next to come will be Harmanpreet. And Mandana, she is a young girl, 20. She is not faring well for the last 3 matches. Maybe she is under pressure. So even opening, I suggested the people who have made record in Sri Lanka. That is Poonam Raut and Deepti Sharma. So that's what finally I told, put your best foot forward and take whatever your plans you have done. It will come okay today. Go ahead and enjoy the game. Because more than she was under pressure, like, you know, she is captain of the team. She is also had to bat, and also this pressure. This is added pressure actually. Wrong time it has come, World Cup. So anyway, it is nice that she has achieved that. We are all very happy.
Right. I have to also ask you, sir, what was she saying about winning the World Cup possibly? Because, of course, we all remember in 2005, India came very close. They went up to the final, but lost there. Mithali was captain at that time as well. This time around, as you yourself are saying, perhaps the pressure of going on and winning India's maiden women's ICC World Cup title is big, really. It's on her shoulders. What was she saying about trying and winning the title overall?
No, she has got little more positive thinking, because we have some good players in the team this time around, and they also scored in the earlier matches, in the league matches. So she has no backup. So otherwise, the last World Cup, even though she has gone to final, the team was not as good as this, what I feel now. That's why it is little bit, and also England is a familiar place for her. And I think she is not under pressure, but otherwise the intensity is there, that this time the chance we have to get the World Cup.
Right. Of course, I also want to talk to you about what she's like as a person off the field when she's not playing cricket. We'll get to that in just a bit. Let's quickly bring in Snehal also into the show. Snehal, thanks so much for joining us. As someone who's played cricket for India at the international level, you would say this, of course, is a huge achievement. But what is Mithali really like as captain and as a teammate?
Well, it's interesting you asked that, because she is extremely composed on the field. Very rarely gives out emotions. Even if me as a bowler, I'm not doing well, I leak some runs, but I never get a rebuke from her. I've never got any kind of reprimand. Neither will any of the bowlers who have played under her. She's very cool. Everybody saw the image. It went viral of her reading a book just before going to batting. She's just as cool when she is in the field marshalling her bowlers around. She's a very intense kind of player. Keeps her emotions to herself, but that doesn't mean that she's not an emotional player. We can see it's that emotion and that passion which has taken her to the top of the run charts for India.
Absolutely. And as someone who's playing her 5th World Cup, Snehal, you would say that her biggest goal and her aim will be to try and win the World Cup title, because there's nothing bigger than the World Cup for any cricketer, you know, male or female. Even someone like Sachin Tendulkar went on to say that, you know, winning the World Cup was the biggest thing that happened to him in his career. Same for Mithali, that she would want to, she's playing her last World Cup in all probability, and she would want to sign off on a high.
Yes, she has confirmed that this will be her last 50-over World Cup. So obviously any player would like to sign off on a high, but being in professional sports, being in international sports, everybody knows that that isn't always possible. It isn't always possible to get the results that you want, because the opposition also is trying just as hard. For example, in today's game, India need to do really well against Australia for her to get that World Cup. But if she does get, the primary goal is the semi-final. She's talked about it many times. She's first spoken about the semi-final, which India hasn't reached since 2010. So if they get to that semi-final and the achievement, that will definitely weigh more than any personal record she has ever achieved. And she's mentioned that in interviews, that it's just the runs that she wants to score for the team rather than the personal record she racks up.
Absolutely. For any captain or for any player, that really is the bigger goal, to put team before self, and Mithali is no different. Let's quickly go back to her father now, Mr. Dorai Raj, who's still on with us live from Hyderabad. So what is she like off the field? What is she like when she comes back home? What does she like to eat? What does she like to read? What is she like as a person at home?
She likes vegetarian food. Like, you know, when she is out of the house, she never eats non-veg. That is instruction for her mother. And when she comes home, this dal, chawal and curd, that is her favorite food. And fish is there, one fish. In Hyderabad we get that one. That's all. Otherwise, as you asked the right question, when she comes back home, 2-3 days rest she will take. After that, again grinding only. Morning practice, evening practice, whether a tournament is there, domestic tournament is there or not, but that is her, you can say, her life. So what she does off the field is, again she is in the ground only. That way she has almost 365 days she is in cricket dress only, what I have seen. Hardly she socializes, and she reads lots of books. She is fond of books, especially autobiography of great people and motivational books, which she carries always. As recently you have seen that she is reading a book. So that is how her life is. And sometimes only for her, the close friend is her mother. And they both go for shopping sometimes and eat outside with family. Sometimes only. That is not a regular affair. Otherwise, staying at home only she likes.
Right, and also how does she manage to remain so calm, sir? Because Snehal also pointed that out, even as captain, as cricketer, she is very calm on the field, never really, shows her emotions, never shouts at anyone, even if there is a missed field or a missed opportunity. Does that run in the family? Is this something she's been like, since she was a child?
My wife, that is my wife's training, that in sports everything you get ups and downs you have to face, and the variety of people will be there, different coaches, your players you will come across, you are playing for a long time, all cannot be as you want them to be. So every individual is different, you have to handle them, and for that you have to be very, very calm and quiet. And for that she yoga at home, and then spiritual, some books where she does after her bath and all, she prays and writes something in the book. That way she spends time, and she's very cool.
All right, she's very cool. One final question, sir, before we thank you. What would your message be for your daughter? The whole country is listening. What would Mr. Raj want to say to Mithali Raj?
First thing, I would like to take this opportunity to dedicate today's record to her first coach, Mr. Sampath Kumar, late Sampath Kumar. He was the person who made her, completely molded her for her to achieve such high standards. So I take this opportunity and dedicate it to him. And then you asked me the message to the Indian team and to my daughter, that whatever result is not in our hands, but what I want them is to fight till the end, till the last ball. By fighting, it is almost like winning, even though you don't really win, but otherwise, like England and New Zealand last match, by 3 runs they lost. That's a good fight. At least that type of fight they should give, not like South Africa, they lost badly. I would like them not to repeat that. Maybe and this match also there are chances, every chance. Even New Zealand is there. We have won against New Zealand and Australia also when we performed as a unit. So that unit and intensity, I would like the Indian team to be shown in the coming matches.
Absolutely.
And I wish them all the best. Good luck to the Team India.